play a game.
Greetings, Earthlings. Oh, where's my head? Hang on. There we go. There's my head. I'll put my head back over in the usual Train Sim World spot as well. That's probably helpful. All right then. Hello to Choo Choo I'm a Train, Elliot Jury, that train guy, Melbourne train guy, Choo Choo I'm a Train. There's a theme here, and Jerome Van Ruler, and Lord Vectron. Jerome, you need to put a train in your name. You're the only one. Oh no, there's Elliot. It's all good. And Jumbo Train. Everybody's a train today. Well, if I vanish, like the pinned message says, we have gale force winds going on at the moment, and we've lost power twice. So, wish us luck. Should be alright. We'll be fine. But anyway, we're in Peninsula Corridor, or I've often called it Penis Land. But why? Because it's in San Francisco. Those who know, know. It doesn't have CalTrain on it anymore. Not even CalTrain. Moo. Well, and I'm going to be really brave here because I'm going to do this live. We're going to exit from the game. Yes, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to say I want this window. And I'm going to say that I want this window. Oh, I got the right one. Lucky. All right. So we're going to put the brands back in. My audio's quieter than normal. Really? Shouldn't be. Oh, hang on. Maybe I've turned down the stream mix or something stupid. Let me have a look. No, it's turned up the way it usually is. I can crank it up a bit more. How's that? That might be clipping now, though. But anyway, let's see how it goes. All right, we are going to put the brands back. And we are doing a couple of things. So we've got from Prime Mover Simulations, who can't join us for the stream tonight, but this is their mod. And we're going to download it. So we're on Train Sim Community. Let me put that in the chat. So if you're on PC, you can do this too. We're going to use the CalTrain logo restoration. And it's not often that I do mods this way. So I'm going to download this mod. And I do recommend that you have some kind of protective software when you're downloading these things. So we've got PM Simulations SFJ brand restore.pack. And I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go over to the folder, which is under Steam Apps, Common, Train Sim World 6, Windows No Editor, TS2 Prototype Content Packs. And I'm going to go, is that where I want it? That isn't where I want it, actually. I want to go up. I want to go DLC. That's where I want it. There we go. And I've just dropped that into the DLC folder. And in addition to that, I'm going to do that thing that you never do with a computer. You never change two things at the same time. But we're going to. So we get another mod from MJKCP, who does nice things like adding guard mode to Nippon and Bombardier cars. That's what we want this one for. I could give a rat's hoot about what the rest of this mod does. So we need the one for the cars. Transitions and guard mode. That's the one we want. I don't think we need to worry about all the other stuff. I think we only need this one. I haven't tried either of these. How's that? Is that brave or is it stupid? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's paste this one in as well. Oh, you can't see me pasting it in. Let me show you where I put it. That's silly, isn't it? Let me change that to, no, wrong window. That one. Okay, so we're in here. So Steam Apps, Common, Train Sim World 6, Windows No Editor, TS2 Prototype, because, you know, Train Simulator 2 Prototype. TSW6, my ass. Content, DLC, and that's where you put the mods. So there's a couple in there now. If I sort by date modified, we should see that there's two. No, I haven't pasted the other one in yet. Now there's two. See, there's two brand new ones that are in there. That should, in theory, work. So wish us luck. Let's get rid of the browser and let's get rid of Explorer and hope we don't need to get them back while I start up Train Sim World, because we'll only have to get them back if it explodes. Now, my Train Sim World just updated and I don't really know why. So, good stuff. Jack M, hello to you. It is CalTrain. It will be in a moment. CalTrain. People, says Melbourne Train Guy. Pinching my lines. Hello, Hannah Scott. And we've talked to Jumbo Train. No mods on console. Tiny violin. That Train Guy, the logo one works. Oh, it should do. I know the actual mod maker. I don't know the other mod maker, but I know that one. If we're being real, don't think our consoles could handle TSW mods. I actually think they probably could, to be honest. I don't think that would be too much of an issue. There are some that have a rather interesting footprint, but most of them are quite good. Hello, Gav. I think I've got this thing working too, but we'll know for sure in a minute. Okay, it's almost loaded. Will it work or will it crash? Well, so far so good. It's alive. Now if we go back to CalTrain, oh look, CalTrain. I actually tried to convince him to make me a mod called CalTrain, but he wouldn't be in it. So we got all the brands back on the icon pages. That's good. Now there's another way you can do this, of course. You can actually copy your pack file from TSW5, but I don't actually recommend that, to be honest. So we do now have guard mode. Look at that in the timetable. But let's just have a look at one of these and we will just see if it's branded. Let's see. It got taken off because their license ran out. Ooh. Look at that. The exact same service, and now it's got its branding back. So is the carriage. So is that carriage, and that carriage. And that carriage, and that carriage. And that carriage. Hang on, station sign. Station sign. Does they have branding? Oh, no, they didn't have before. Let's go and see if any of the building branding is here. He wasn't sure all the building branding was going to turn up. But we could try. We can't try route map because we are not actually walking around. We're flying. You can't get out there, can you? Whee! San Francisco 4th and King, which is about right, but there should also be... I think there was a CalTrain sign on the wall, but I could be wrong about that. I know there is in real life. Massive one. But anyway, it might not have actually been here in the game. But I think... Let's try a guard mode. I think we need to try a guard mode out, see if it works. So catching up with the chat, Lord Vectrons, CalTrain again, yes. And... Evening Gav, Jumbo Train, why did Carlton have taken off train now it's back? Licensing. S6 EBA, is this guard mode for CalTrain CalMooter? Yes, exactly. It's CalGuard mode. So let's try one, shall we? Let's get into it. We'll take that one, and we'll get rid of dynamic weather because it's always crap. And we'll try that one. We'll do Guard mode this time. Or Conductor. Please, someone make a mod that changes that to guard mode. Hello, Daniel Robert Jowett, who watched my stream for 11 hours. Bad guy, hello, just so you'd pop in before you head to bed. Well, we're in the carriage, so that's good. Okay, we have to unlock the door controls. I wonder how you do that. Door locked. Close both released. There must be a key. There's a key. Okay, we've got a key in there. We have to turn the key. There we go. Oh. Whoops, wrong side. Bad idea. Bad idea. Need to get the key out. There we go. We better go over this side. It's a bit finicky. What do those ones do? Open left. Open right. Oh, you can open them individually. Or is that the ones... Oh no, that must be the ones beside you. No, it opened them all. I think it opened that one. Opened that one. Does that mean I can close left and close right? I need to try that. Close left. There shouldn't be any to the left. That makes sense. And if I do close right, it shouldn't close this one. It does close this one. All right. That's fine. It looks like it's a little bit finicky, doesn't it? Oh, hang on, we're leaving. Oh no, we're leaving. Oh well. I think I probably should have had this thing turned on. Because it still wants me to open doors, but I can't. Whee! Yeah, it really does want me to open the ones on the other side, doesn't it? Was that platform open? Well, no one said guard mode's perfect. Can I force the train to stop? Doesn't want you need to put the passenger key in, but it's on either. That's interesting. Well, we're a bit stuck now. I did download that mod thing to bring the CalTrain branding back, yes. But I just got kidnapped by my driver before I figured out how to open the doors. So now we've got to wait for South San Francisco. Hello, people. You all been good? Yeah. There's an unbelievable number of bald men in this train. Hello. 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 We'll just sit here then. Wait for South San Francisco. Won't be long. Bad guy says, how long before CalTrain branding pops up and the delivery designer is delivery? Probably already has. Luke Snowball, did you download the mod? Yes, Jack M. So in the Gold Coast, they are building a bypass, not even open yet. One of the bridges already has unpredicted cracks. Well, that sounds normal. Good old Australian construction. David Mangum says, hello, did Xbox Series X get the new update for the British route that was launched yesterday? I do not know the answer to that. Bad guy says it's 1:30 a.m. Got to be up in 7 hours. Just getting to bed now. Ooh, late-ish. I don't know if the Xbox has an update. While we wait for South San Francisco. Whee! I just saw some really bad flickering. I have to wonder. Is VSync on? Screen. No. Advanced settings. VSync. Off. No wonder. Okay. Apply. Yes. No more screen tearing. That's better. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep. No more screen tearing. Excellent. Good. Go on, train. See, if I was driving this, we'd be there by now. Can't quite unhook the coupler. It's worth trying, though. Right. G'day, mate. How are you? Having fun? Good to know. CalTrain guards mode's been really good so far. Where's the hotspot? There it is. Hello, hello. On your way to San Jose? Look at all these quiet people. Americans are never this quiet. It just doesn't happen. There's always something going, whoa. It's just necessary. We should almost be at the first station, which isn't South San Francisco. It's 23rd Street or whatever it is, isn't it? You'd think I'd know, because I used to ride this train. No platform yet. Haven't gone through the crossing yet, I don't think. Do, 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 do. Light. Lock the door controls. Doesn't that count as locking the door controls? Passenger door key. It's finicky. Oh, better get that key out of there. I'm going to need it in the other side in a moment. Eh. Come on, let me turn it. No, you're not going to let me turn it? There we go. Hello. Get in. Get in, you recalcitrants. Hopefully I can convince it that it's locked and then we can check tickets. That would be good. Hannah says, if you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. Ah, sigh. C for cow. CalTrain. Yeah. Close. So that should have locked the door controls, shouldn't it? Or does it want me to do it up here somewhere? It's very finicky, Mr. Modman. No, it's not recognizing that I locked it. That makes me sad. That means we just have to ride the train. But they don't actually check tickets on these trains anyway, generally. They do have transit police. Ah, that got it. Now it wants me to unlock the door controls. Which side are we at? Where's the light? I don't know. No, no train, no station there.
All clear, we can highball over.
Oh. Somehow I made that work. Not quite sure how. I don't know why we stopped in a tunnel where there was no station. So there's tickets to check. There's one. San Francisco to Mountain View. It's even today. Good. It's kind of handy having a train line where I actually know where the stations are. Anybody up there? Because it'd be a nightmare trying to find them, wouldn't it? Let's run through, see if we can find any, and then run back and see if we can find any. I bet you it'll be someone up the top, or it'll be someone right behind the wall. Not seeing any little logos. Anybody seeing any little logos? Oh yeah, the bicycle carriage. Hello. Not seeing any logos up there, so it'll be someone who was in a corner, probably. No, none up there. And none up there. No, none up there. They haven't fixed the light bleeding thing with these carriages. Oi! Why aren't the lights on in this train? Why is it so? Who turned out the bloody lights? Bloody AI drivers never put the lights on. Actually, it just occurred to me, if the lights are off, it would be easier. There it is, up there. Okay, up we go. Geez, you hard to find. Hello? San Francisco to Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence, be careful. I'll sit here with you if that's all right. Sure it is. Yep. People never mind you just sitting down with them. Mm-hmm. Bald Sim World. That's it, Gav. Exactly. Bad guy says if you're driving it, it would be there now in 300 pieces. Yeah, probably. Hannah Scott, do you know the way to San Jose? Yes, I do. As it happens. And I'm not going to sing it for you. Sorry, I'm not Richie. That was so high-pitched the mic couldn't register. Melbourne Train Guy says, I'm still waiting for them to show me the way to Sesame Street. Well, that's, yeah, it's in a different city, actually. It's kind of New York. The Flying Southerner says, how's it going? Hello? We survived the dark. Look at that. Look at the way you're sitting. I don't think I've ever seen one of them do that before. Oh, it's because there's a raised thing there. Do they all do it? They do. Wow. I've never noticed that before. It's time for me to go, sorry. But that was weird. Alright, so passenger key on, and doors open. You have to use the right-hand one, it seems. Stephanie, hello. What? Have you come to visit?
I was just looking.
Oh.
I wasn't doing anything.
What missing branding, Stephanie? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, it's back.
Is this the Japanese train?
Hey?
Is this the Japanese train?
No. Oh, actually, no, the carriages are. They're Nippon Sharo, I think. Aren't they? Aren't they Nippon Sharo? Where's the thing? There'll be a thing somewhere that says what they are. Maybe not here.
Right.
But I think they are Nippon Sharos. Or they could be Bombardiers. But anyway. Wait for the next stop. People still getting in and out. Dual Tone, such a weird car layout. They are a bit weird. CalTrain couldn't afford the payment plan for the lights. Actually, you know how to solve the light problem? I'll go up here. This may not work with an AI train, but we'll try. Uh-oh. Hep. Hep on. Head end power to normal. Okay, so we should have HEP working, which means we should have train lights on. No, that's lights in here, and the engine room. Maybe you can't set them in here anywhere. Anyway, it's fine. It's good to know I've got an AI driver, isn't it? There's still people getting in and out of this train. Oh well. Bad luck for them. Boo boo. Woohoo! We didn't get a chance to say hi ball. Hi balls. Do. We have no one to check tickets for. Hi. See that? Fog comes over there at about 3:47 in the afternoon every day. Did you know that? It's called Carl. Carl the Fog. It's not here, though. It's because it's too early. Even you know that, right? Yes. You know how I can tell you don't work for Google? You got grey hair. No one who works for Google got grey hair. You're boring. What are you sitting in the outside seat for, mate? What if I want to sit there? I'll just climb over you, yeah? That was alright, wasn't it? That's fine, yeah. It's a Space Invaders top. This is the problem with guard mode. All you really do is wander around making fun of people. G'day, how you doing? It's hoodie in California. You realise it's like 29 degrees Celsius, which for you is probably about, I don't know, 90 Fahrenheit? Something like that. Mind you, it is San Francisco. It could be cooler here. Quite possibly is. But when we get down to San Jose, you're not going to want a hoodie because it will be 90 Fahrenheit down there. All right. Look, it's a convict. Hello, nice jacket. So this guy's going to be a bit warm too in his turtleneck. It's a shame they do that to all those turtles and make necks out of them. You too, another turtleneck. I think I'm sitting in him. No one saw a thing, alright? It's alright, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. Yes, fine, good. We won't look anymore. Ah. You didn't see that, did you? I sat in that bloke. That's kind of scary. We're not far off our next stop. Stephanie says I never use mods. That's the same voice that says I never smoke crack. Do you smoke crack? He smokes crack. You work for Facebook, don't you? We can tell. Nearly everybody that rides these trains are tech people. Although most tech people, I have to admit, get buses because no one likes the trains. Because people jump on the trains and steal your laptop. Jeroen says, now I see. CalTrain couldn't afford the payment plan for the lights, quite possibly. Melbourne says, hi, Mrs. TSD. She's wandered off that way again. And Stephanie said, when did the branding come back? My update last week removed the branding. Plus, of course, no, it's a mod. That's this whole stream is about mods. One for guard mode and one for the branding. So I don't think we'll run guard mode all the way down because it's kind of boring. It's bright out there, isn't it? Did you stay awake all day, Melbourne train guy? I hope you did. I once saw a guy lying up here because all the seats were full. And the CalTrain guy got really upset. Whoop, train. It's not a shed, though. The only time you see sheds on this route is when you put them here. How you doing? Having fun? Yep. On your way to San Jose, no doubt. I saw that. You looked at me. Yeah, you turn away, that's right. You looked at me, didn't you? That's right. I saw you. What do you want? Eh? What do you want? People. Ah, that looks like a platform. Better put a key in. Whoop. And maybe turn it. No, put it in. Then find the right spot and turn it. God, it's so finicky. Yay! Well done, Melbourne train guy. I am impressed. Whee! San Jose Diridan. Are you confused? I think you're confused. Alright, it's time to go, though. Wait for the next stop, it says. I think guard mode's easily confused. Wait for the next stop again. That's because no one got on. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm in this lady's head now. Okay, this is not weird at all. No. Isn't it weird that they have teeth and tongues, but they never open their mouths, but there's nothing in their neck. Yep. Yep. Might sit here. She wasn't there, actually, was she? Because I tried to sit there. It was there I was trying to sit. Oh, I think the seat markers are wrong on that carriage. What about you? Can we sit with you? Yeah, you can sit there. What about you? No, I can't sit in that seat. Oh, this time we got you. Hello. We've been trying to sit with you for a while. Didn't work, though. It was challenging. There's light coming from inside her shirt. That's weird. Look, train. Yep, this is guard mode. Stephanie says, would like to do guard mode, but quite a few routes to try it on. There's not enough passengers. Yeah, it only gives you checking for tickets that when it's busy, when they get on. That's quite a shirt, isn't it? I think we might bail on guard mode, though. Let's actually drive this thing, because that's going to be more fun. It was giving me side-eye, Gav. Cucumbers. Hello. May as well switch to the account with the membership. Why not? To the trains. Choose a route. The newly rebranded Peninsula corridor. Baby bullet timetable, of course. And we'll go back in one of these. Or should we do an MP15? Haven't done one of these for a while. Let's do one of these. Southbound maintenance of way. And go. Will this thing work? That's the question. Maybe not. Levers working? Ooh, that works. That works. Lead. Freight. That works. All right, let's put the manky brake on and let's just try and find out why the other one isn't working. This is the Cobra software. Let me show you. Actually, I should put that on too, shouldn't I? Cobra software. There it is. Is it going to show? It is going to show. So if I stop callback, and let's see what key map it's got. It's actually not going to tell me. Lever settings to XML. So we want Sim Workshop tutorial, which is the one I made for the tutorials, which works with nearly everything. Start callback, and we should be able to go. Haha. Good. Okay. Reverser. Couple two vehicles behind me, I think. Uncouple. Okay. We'll do it the right way. We'll actually get up. So the independent brake is set. We can stop the bell. And we get up and go out here. And the cool thing about this one, I don't think you actually have to get off the train. Or maybe you do. I thought you could do it without getting off, but maybe not. Oh, there we go. Window, window. Can't do that one. What about headlights? Headlights medium, seems fair. Yeah, I should put the Cobra software back on. And I should stop callback. And I want to use throttle full range. Start callback. Ah, that's better. And notice it's nicely branded as well. What a surprise. Pete, hello. How are you? We're in the newly rebranded CalTrain. Moo. Why did I use that one? I wanted to use that one. Whee. Oi. Enough of your rolling towards a red signal, thanks. It's just enough of that. No reverser? I don't mean it stopped working again. Did I press stop callback or something stupid? No? I bet you it loaded another map when I did that. Because it does do dumb things. The software sometimes. No, not leave the map. Now I'm doing dumb things. Button map. Load button map. Sim workshop tutorial. I think I can make that a default, can't I? No, that's fine. Start callback. Ha! Works now. Okay. Brakes off. Throttle on. Back we go. Unless, of course, we need to change points. Oh, we might need to change points. Quickly. This never happened. Ah! Ah! Come on, do it. Oh, come on. Fine, don't do it then. See if I care. Make me do it the hard way. See if I care. Back we go. Hello, Chucky. It is CalTrain indeed. Stephanie says, TDS, what's your absolute favourite route so far? It's an interesting question. Favourite route of all of them. The game would tell you that it's probably Boston. But I haven't played that for ages, so I think the novelty wore off. I still play BML quite a bit. I think Riviera will settle in to be a well-used route. I think the new Birmingham crew will get a reasonable play out of it. There's plenty that don't really get a Guernsey. I could say which one I hate the most, and that's Boring Chasm, otherwise known as Cane Creek. That's easier. It's easier to say which one I don't like. Horseshoe Curve's a bit of a shit too, because it had such promise, but it's just not good. It's just not good. I've been moving that thing again. I need to put it on a mat so it can't move. MTG is going to disappear to record some stuff. Fair enough, mate. You go for your life. Do we have to change points up here as well? We probably do. Yep. Pop. And that one's straight. That all looks good. Better put the Beelzebub back on. It is indeed Moo CalTrain. And how about the East Coast Main Line, says Jockey. It's not a favourite, Jockey. Now, on Friday night, I know it's not in the streaming schedule yet, but I will be, and I'll remember this time for sure, streaming a scenario from Jockey. Well, I'm not sure if you've sent me a link or not yet, Jockey. I could just be too lazy to look. But we're going to be running scenario from Jockey on Friday night. It'll be a members-only stream, and I will have Jockey and potentially Richie in the Discord for it. Let's do some points again by the looks of it. Oh no, it's done them, look. Snaky. Alright. Joshua says Birmingham Crew is defo a great route, as proved on the live stream last night. Did really well. It is quite popular as a streaming route, I have to say. It is quite popular. And it's kind of sad that it had some issues on Xbox, and I saw at least one person manage to crash it on PS5. I had a SPAD today, and I had an unexplained exit to the menu that wasn't a crash. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a crash because the game survived. I hope I'm on the right track. We'll find out soon. Are you supposed to see my mapping thing? No, probably not. It's... Boop. There you go. Mapping thing gone. We'll do this the most appropriate way. Full speed. Safety stop. You're not working again. What's going on with you? Oh, you can't blow the horn from outside. How interesting is that? Prepare for bonkage. Hannah says someone's just removed your door. That sounds exciting. And brakes release is good. Now, where are we actually going? We're taking them out that way. And we're taking them out onto the main line. Looks like the points are all set. So we're just heading off down there somewhere. Very good. "17 miles in the California sun." Have you not finished pumping up yet? You look like you have. Maybe they're just heavy. Oh, they are kind of full, aren't they? They are definitely full. Well, they're bright. CalTrain. Joshua asked, front door or back door? That's a very personal question, Joshua. Hannah says the door to your flat. To be fair, he was sent by the landlord to repair it. Well, hopefully he doesn't take it away to repair it and not bring it back. We're only supposed to be doing 10 mile an hour, apparently. It's his fault. Seems fine to me. Prepare to speed up. Stephanie says, I had a layering issue, but it seems to have finally resolved. I had Voyager and others missing. I'm glad they've come back. That's good. This is going to hurt. Bang! This really needs a smoke bod, this thing. Pete says, notice your train progress from the 350/1 doesn't carry over to the new route. I think they're a different train in the formations. I think that's probably why. Stephanie said, on PC. Epic or Steam? Cucumber says they're technically different rail vehicle definitions in the engine, Pete, so that would explain that one. Yes, RVDs. Andy Ladd. Yeah, I also had the route tell me I didn't own layers like the Voyager even though they were all installed. Make sure you put Factor 50 suntan lotion on that sun. Yes, indeed. Hello to Alex Toyne. Cucumber says, so Thursday's going to be a Birmingham crew video, methinks, and then Sunday the trains or TS Classic, maybe London to Birmingham. We'll see what comes for me for Sunday. Because Friday we'll make all the promises, and I'll either run trains on Sunday, because it's very close to its release, but I think it will have released by then. Or I might do some Railroader, because I haven't for ages. And I'm kind of missing it. Wrong way. Gratuitous bridge shot. Required. Tree Sim World. There are no trees in California. Definitely not. And if there are, they'll probably be on fire. Chocky says, sorry, I don't want to go into a call. I know that's me being awkward. Really don't want to. No, that's fine, Chocky. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all, mate. Stephanie said, Steam here. You shouldn't have any dramas with layers with Steam. Unless something really weird's happening. It's not like me to properly honk for a crossing, is it? How fast is Little Beast going? 39 miles an hour, so we don't really need to worry about this slowdown to 65 at all. Oops. Good enough. Good enough. So what happens, you read chat? Andy Ladd says mine is through the Xbox for PC app. Shouldn't have too many dramas with that one either, really. My layers have been okay on the Xbox, so there might be something weird going on. Are those things showing up in your library, so can you actually drive whatever's missing on another route? Oh, actually, I know what it probably is. In settings, by default... Is it in here? Advanced settings, maybe? Vehicle substitutes, allow mods, formation, livery. No, it's none of those. General, maybe. Okay, this on console and potentially on the Xbox app for PC will be disabled, not enabled. If you're running on PC, it's probably fine to have it enabled. On console, you generally don't want to, because this defaults all layers on and it will do bad things. And then in the timetable screen for the route, you can set your set whatever layers you want. So by default, they're off now. You have to actually turn them on. So that's why. I thought that man had a great big fishing rod, but no, it was just a line in the footpath. Sorry, pavement. Chocky said it might be a problem because it's members only and I am not one. Well, I can put you in Discord so you can see it, Chocky. That'll work. Stephanie says, unfortunately, I have the worst luck. I always have some issue with TSW related upon new purchases, such as yesterday with Birmingham to Crew. It might be your layers, Stephanie, so have a look and see what's ticked. So next time we go to a timetable screen, I'll show you what I mean. It was saying you don't own them and you own them. Yeah, we'll have a look. Jerome Van Ruler says I got it enabled on console and I have no issues. Depends what routes you've got. Some of them will just explode. So you're welcome to do that, but just bear in mind that it's a little bit on you if it catches fire. Andy Lad says I can use them on other routes. I can even spawn them via free roam, but they say when selecting the layers that I don't own them. That is weird. Are they owned on the same platform that you're playing on? So I think you were playing on Xbox PC. Are they owned on Xbox PC? And Joshua says also need to create a jingle for the Dad Joke Central segment for your stream. Ah. This is Bart. And there's a little problem with this. See how wide the rails are here? Well, they're whatever they are, 4 foot 8.5. These should be about 6'3", but they're not. Buggered that up. Belzebub going well. Jeroen says maybe because it's PS5 Pro, which has more memory. Yeah, you'll be better off on a PS5 Pro for sure. I was vaguely contemplating buying the eldest a PS5 Pro for Christmas. Ooh, plane. Coming up on Millbrae, not stopping. With our little train full of rocks. Clawzord, hello. Stephanie had a small update this morning at least, and after I checked, everything was as it should be. That's good. I had quite a big update today, but I'm on the RC preview branch. But I had a 1.9 gig update, which might be the patch that's coming out to everybody soon, if it hasn't come out today. I asked what it was, and no one said anything about what it is, so I don't know. There's no announcement whatsoever. Nothing. I looked back and saw reward driven 15 miles, and in my head it's going, SPAD. And we're going, uh-oh. But it's not, so it's okay. As we wind our way through the magnificent coastal regions below San Francisco. Over there, on the other side of those little hills, is in fact the beach. Pete says, I'm on Pro, had no crashes. That's excellent. Andy lads that are brought by the app this year always use Game Pass for TSW rather than buying it. This is the first year I bought TSWs. It's not on Game Pass. It will be soon, probably. Usually is. I don't think it ever is when it first comes out. Did anybody else see what the motorhome did? Watch what this one coming down here does. Oh, I'm not in your way. Go on, get moving. Your tyres are flat. Watch what this guy does. Whee! Oops. Green light. This does look good for such an old route. And it's even better with the branding back. Yay! No, it's not from Livery Designer. It is a mod. I shall get you the links to the mod again, if people want them. So this is the guard mode one. And this is the logo restoration one. And I can't see the train at the moment. Hope nothing bad's happening. Actually, I think that crossing's in a quiet zone. But that's okay. This is America, where you honk at each individual piece of ballast. Just see some patriotism back there, flags everywhere. It's one thing I have to give the Yanks. They're very good at patriotism. I love their flags. They have them up everywhere. When we lived here, we had an Australian flag on our house, and I got told that if I wanted to have an Australian flag, I had to display an American flag above it. It's very hard to do fall through here. No way I'm doing 4 for this one. Oh, I made it. That's kind of difficult doing that. Neil, hello. Neil says you were talking about doing the guard mode service, now driving the M15. Oops, and not honking properly, but that's okay. Yes, we are driving the MP15. Rebranded thanks to the mod from Prime Mover Solutions. Or is it Simulations? Simulations, I think. Unfortunately, Clawzord, no mods for PS5. It's kind of sad. Neil says HEP is not on by default. Joshua says you might as well mention the project. Ooh, yes, the project. So, there's a bunch of streamers, bunch of small YouTube creators. Some of us are ambassadors, some of us are not. And we have a project idea. And what we're going to do is a little bit like what the ambassadors did driving north-south, but we're going to do something else. That's the big project. But we have a practice run for the little project, and we're going to do it different to the big project. The grand plan is that we are going to live stream it for our segment and then kick everybody onto the live stream for the next segment for those of us who can kick. For those who can't, because you need to be a particular level on YouTube to be able to do it, and you can't do it from consoles, so some can do it and some can't, we will put a link in the chat or something like that, and there'll be a spreadsheet or something which keeps people working. My audio's breaking up. Really? Oh, it's too loud. That's why. I got convinced to turn it up. Right. Is that better? That should be better. Haven't had any dropped frames. Game might be too loud too. That's possible. Let me have a look. Game does look a bit loud. Is that better? Game's probably too quiet now. Let's go up a bit. How's that? Better? Now we can hardly hear you. Great! Well, I can see it's actually going out really high on the levels. Like, it's going right into the yellow to minus 15. No crackling audio here. Sounds like we need better hardware, Pete. Let's try and pop it back up a bit then. How's that? Is that all right? That's going right into the red. That's peaking out completely now. That should not be valid. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. How far do we have to go now? 5.8 miles. We're nearly there. Woohoo! And green light. Lord Vectron says not very accessible and no crackling audio. No, I think OBS is okay. Choo Choo says too quiet. Better. Excellent. Okay. Seems okay now, says Pete. Clawzord says if TW had multiplayer. Well, you never know. There may be a game in the future. It's possible. It's possible. That's all I will say. Because we have got Metro Rivals coming up, which is a UE Engine 5 game, which will means Gen 9 consoles and PC only. And Metro Rivals it's more a form of co-op than multiplayer, I guess, but it's co-op and multiplayer in the sense that you don't have to be in the same place. So you can join in on a server, which is good. To my mind, and I posted a video about this, which I haven't done the follow-up video for, which I will, but I've been kind of busy with work and trains and the house and parties and stuff. That I need more time. That's what I need. But Metro Rivals is coming out. I reckon that's a test for a new version of Train Sim World, but might not be called Train Sim World. It might be a totally new game. And we'll see. Mem Alarm says, hello, Mr. Paul, update BR Class 43, Amtrak, Amfleet, and guard mode and conductor mode, MR. There are mods for some of those things that will turn guard mode on and off. Joshua says audio switching off randomly has fixed. Good. Alex Toyne, currently 11 miles from Stafford. Very nice. Did I show you what eldest son bought for me for birthday? Because, you know, I do Lego, but I do adult Lego. This is Tudor house, and it's 3,266 pieces. That'll only take 10 minutes. That'll be fine. That won't take 5 days at all. No. And he spent rather a lot of money. Lord Drectron says, Train Sim Galaxy with space trains. You know, I think that's been done. Yeah, I know it got partly green screen chocky, but you could see a lot of it. I could see it in the preview that you could see it. So you could see plenty of it. As we make our way forwards past the palm trees. Where are we actually going anyway? All the way down there. Okay. I wonder if we're going to set back across the tracks. No, we can't. What are we going to do when we get there? That's it. We're going to stop. All right. And we have some yellows, so we better start slowing down. Sorry, Redwood City. Coming through. Probably don't need to do that for pedestrian crossings, do I? No. Speed is successfully coming down, but not real fast, but that's all right. It's good having a nice solid lever for the horn. Just a little bit of power braking there, keeping the train stretched out while we braked. Andy Ladd, very nice. Cucumbers, cool. Gav says, oh wow. Alex, I can't wait till the remaster of GWR, Express Route and the HST pack. I'm pretty confident for this year for that one, but I think later in the year would be my gut feel on it. Because I know some stuff's just been added from the route that just came out. Some stuff added from Riviera as well, so we shall see, won't we? We shall see what we shall see. Chocky says, if I buy and cancel a membership, would it keep for the month? No. But don't worry, Chocky, I'll get you into Discord and I'll stream it out and I'll stream it into Discord chat as well. You don't have to talk, you won't be live. And you can watch it there, and that'll be fine. Clawzord says, I kind of mix on trains for Xbox. Yeah, it's a different premise to normal trains. I know that they are very interested in bringing the normal trains experience to the Xbox, but they need to see how successful this is before they spend an enormous amount of money. Stephanie says, thanks for the stream, TSD. Nice way of enjoying my morning coffee. Have a good one. See you later. Have a good day, Stephanie. I hope it's a fun one for you. And Jerome says, you better watch out the horn leveler doesn't wear out by pulling the horn that much. I don't think so. It's actually interesting because it's got side positions as well, but they don't seem to have any activation on them. There's something large coming. Oh, it's over there. There's a sneaky little engine sitting over here. Chocky says, join the VC and mute. Yeah, should work. Well, I don't have to put the voice chat into the stream. So I can just stream it into a voice chat so you can see it. You don't have to buy a membership. Don't be silly. And Clawzord said, but so far no multiplayer for trains on Xbox. No. So, same deal. They have interest in doing that, but they need to see if the game's going to be successful. This feels like the brakes are on, doesn't it? The brakes are not on, though. Definitely not. Oh well, we'll just stare out the window. It'll be fine. What could go wrong? Hannah Scott, the good news is the bloke has returned my door. Excellent. You know you're not all defenceless, waiting for your door to come back. Gav says, Liam loves keep on adding things. Yes, Liam does love keeping on adding things, yes. I suspect that GWE is a bit of a plaything for Liam. So he just likes adding more stuff. To go, ooh, that'd be good. Let me add that too. So when it comes out, don't be too surprised if the first thing that happens when you launch it on a console is that it actually catches fire. During my giant stream today, actually, my machine was getting quite warm, and I looked at the intake vents and I went, they're all caked up with dust. So I vacuumed them, and then it was happy. It dropped about 8 degrees in there. 666, beast of a train. What are the odds of them all having the exact same hedge? Is this like an HOA thing? They all have to have the same hedge. They don't like you. Ooh, it rattles. Look, train. Chocky says, I'd rather he played with East Coastway. Of course he would. Clawzord says, if Dovetail redid the Amtrak SW1000R for the current Northeast Corridor routes. Well, they could, but they haven't. It would have to be a new model and a new train build, essentially. It is a very popular hedge, Chocky. They haven't done the P40 because some third party's doing it. Just hope they hurry up. Oh, this is uphill. No wonder it was so slow. I was thinking I'd have to throttle off so we didn't run over the end. We haven't seen many passenger trains, have we? I suppose during the day they're only 1 an hour. There aren't that many of them. Something I always wondered. Okay, so they're red that way. I'm trying to see if they're green that way, but I can't quite tell. Can't get there because of the invisible walls. Mother Slug, hello. You got the MP back working? Good. Cucumber said there's one more slot in the project chat. You know, Neil's in the chat here. He might be interested. "100 yards to go." "50, 40, 30, 20. Will that be close enough? Yep. And that's it for that one. Look at that. No speeding. It's so weird for me. It's so weird. Yes, conductor mode is a mod. That is correct. Let us do something with a baby bullet this time round. Loco Poco, hello. Welcome to the stream. Peninsula Corridor, baby bullet. Let's do a baby bullet. And I think there's one of these that goes from San Jose to San Francisco. So we'll go and find that one. Because there's one that's backwards. Somewhere in this timetable. No, maybe there isn't. Maybe that's only for the other one. Empty to depot, empty from depot. Empty stock moved from the central equipment maintenance and operations facility, and it's going to San Jose. How could it possibly... Oh, it's 6 minutes. Sorry, how could it take 46 minutes? And that one's a whole route run. I want to do a route run when we stop, though. So we'll do this one. That'll be fine. That's in the evening. October should still be light, but let's bring it way back 1 month just to be sure. And we'll leave dynamic weather on because we're brave. Oh, hang on. No, it's San Francisco. This is what we have to do. Fog. Definitely fog. Okay. Driver. It's caution, the doors are about to close. Indeed, Clawsword. It's a little bit darker than I was expecting, but okay. That's fine. What could go wrong? I thought I was moving then, but no, it's not me. Panel up here. HEP on. HEP run. And engine. Do you ever find it's funny that you turn yourself on an angle to read these things? Dynamic brake should be on. Door bypass is fine. And lights. We've got red ones and the other ones, haven't we? Yeah, we do. Do they have little things on them? They do have little things on them. Huh. Hello. Hello, people. Unlock the doors. Should have done that first, shouldn't I? That would have been smart. Since we had to race the other baby bullet out of here. So let's just revel in having the branding back, even though it's a mod. Actually, how close to San Francisco can we get? So San Fran's not too bad a rendition, I suppose. They're a little low-res, the assets, but they're all there. So it is a genuine city skyline. Maybe it's done from a photo or something. I don't know. But 4th Street, way too clean, I'm afraid. Because this is, you know, this is where you go to die. And Muni's not here. So there should be a Muni station with tracks. So here's the station. But there's no Muni. Where's the tracks? No Muni tracks. Boring. Oh, that's the other train. That's not mine. That's okay. Mine should have tail lights on. And it doesn't. Now we've got to go put tail lights on, don't we? Cab light, console. Right, dim, high, low, off. Cab light, number lights, put them on. Cab light, console light. Where is... Ah, there. There's no tail light setting on the headlights. Must be a tail light switch, surely, somewhere. Ah, there we go. Right, now if we go out the back, we should see tail lights. Yay! Not that we have a signal yet or anything. Oh, horn stuck. So we'll just keep on crawling while we're waiting for that signal to change. It will as soon as that one clears, that hasn't got its headlights on. Oh, there they go. Look at that. We'll just keep crawling towards the signal. Surely it's okay. Cucumber says if every are to be reliable, it should be getting delivery today. Excellent. I'm anticipating the signal's going to change, which is a bad thing to do in a train. And it's the kind of thing my instructor would go, "Oi, stop that." And do we wait? The reason I go on to the independent after I have stopped, by the way, is because it means the train brakes are now releasing, so it's quicker to get moving. What are we actually waiting for? Well, we have to cross all the way over there. Oh, and there's a train coming. That's what we're waiting for. This one. That's kind of fair, I guess. Don't know why it's coming down my track, but, you know, that's okay. Why couldn't I go out these other tracks? Dunno. That would seem logical to me, but no, now we have to wait. Alex had a parcel that came 3 weeks and 8 days late. Isn't that 4 weeks and 1 day? Just saying. There it is. Hurry up. Oh, no driver in that one either. I wonder if the mod has broken the fact that there's no drivers. Andy says, makes sense to do. Never thought about doing it that way myself. It's just sort of a normal thing to do with the train handling. On our trains, if you're doing a hill start, we also have a slow release position on the independent. So you basically let the train roll back so that everything's already stretched out so there's no jerks of the passengers. And you start filling the steam chest, and when you get to about 60 pounds in the steam chest, you put the independent on slow release, and the train just goes chuff, 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 off it goes. Grouse. I'll be there on Friday, but I've got a very cushy diesel shift with just pushing the button. Oh, speaking of buttons, I haven't turned on safety systems, have I? I don't think there are many on this one. Just the alerter, I think. Alerter control. There it is. I think that's the only safety system there is on this train. We should shortly be able to go. 20 pounds will hold this thing. There we go. And brakes off. And off we go with no roly-poly. Hello, David Smith. Clawzord says CalTrain does a thing where the F40 goes with the bi-level coaches. Yeah, they have both combinations. As we roll out this delightful evening run to San Jose. And he's already going too fast. Yay! I'm so impatient. Jockey says, originally I just sent you a scenario to play because I was quite busy last week, but if you want me to make one specially, then I can. No, you don't need to make one. Just use the one that you sent. Where did you send it? Because I've forgotten. I probably did see it, but I've forgotten. Ah, we have a green. Lovely. We'll just ignore that it's 10 mile an hour, because we can. We're only heading towards 20. What can go wrong? You deemed it to me. That'll do. That'll do fine. I shall have to get that installed and working. David says, how do you manage to stream in the night? My first run in Birmingham crew was delayed and I fell asleep during my 8-minute wait at Wolverhampton. Well, it's not that late for me. It's 8:54 currently, PM. Hentus has fallen asleep on a stream. I don't think I've managed to do it. I've been nodding off a couple of times, like quite badly, and I'm going, oh, hang on. No, this is not good. I shouldn't keep doing this. Clauswood says, also in real life, CalTrain is now electrified. Yes, they have. They've got a couple of F40s that they have retained. I think 3. But the rest are gone. I would like to see this route redone with electrification, but I don't see it happening. But it would be really good. Caleb says, California. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's a very interesting place, California. It really is. Go via Bayshore, so we are not stopping for a while. Now, you saw me use the lever. David says, I thought the time difference was greater. It must be silly daylight savings. Yeah, we've gone into daylight savings. And you guys are coming out this Sunday, I think, aren't you? Loco Poco, PC version, fresh install, no mods. Passengers have stopped loading and unloading. All other routes work. Submitted a ticket and vidweek. No response from TSW yet. Which route, Loco Poco? Sleeper Cat, hello, PS5 player here and a California resident lives right next to this line. Wanted to ask? Yes, go ahead. Big giant buttons. They're nice. They just feel good. Morristown. Okay. I'll have to have a look. Sleeper Cat says, on the PS5, the Capital Corridor is available as an add-on, but it doesn't function. Is it possible to contact Dovetail about it, or is it DOA? Capital Corridor. I don't know what route's called Capital Corridor. Let me have a look. Oops. Of course you'd go off now. PSN, TSW... Amtrak's Capital Corridor, San Jose to Auburn, California. Not in this game, I wouldn't think. So Peninsula Corridor, yes. But not Capital Corridor. So Capital Corridor is the one that runs south from this one. It's a bit of a violent brake application, but it'll do the job. Maybe it won't do the job. Initial reduction, that'll do fine. The Pen Corridor. As in Peninsula Corridor. It should be there. It should be there as an unbranded version. So you should be able to play it. But, yeah, you can definitely put in a ticket if it's not working, if you own it on the platform. They have got a lot of tickets at the moment. I know their response backlog is quite high, around a week. So it may be a little while before they get back to you. Because obviously since the release, there's been an awful lot of people that need help. For one reason or another. Game's not selected. There we go. With the game, when you're having issues with it, is it not working at all, or you can't get into the route, or the route's not available to you? Because if the route's not available to you, it might just be that you haven't actually downloaded it, because on PSN, on PlayStation and Xbox, you often have to manually download the actual route. Lord Vectron says, high hopes TSW6 would be smoother than TSW5. I genuinely think it was. I don't think there were that much in the way of major issues. There's certainly issues, but nothing enormous, I don't think. So I was actually quite happy with the release. Why did I run a night stream for an hour? Like an idiot. It's because it never gets dark in California. That's okay. It's not my signal, it's yellow, that's good. Sleeper Cat says, adds the add-on, downloads, but can't see it or any of the trains in-game. Have you stopped the game and started it again? Because I know the Xbox is a bit weird. I've actually had to reboot the Xbox a couple of times for it to see a new route that I've got. I don't know if PlayStation's like that, because I don't play on one. Clawzord's going to go to bed. Good night to you. Lord Vectron says, I've had a few crashed desktops and the Class 86 disappeared once on the West Coast mainline chat. Verifying files brought it back. Well, that would suggest that you had a corruption in your files rather than a game issue. Completely forgot about this curve, but that's okay. It's all good. And you have stopped it and started again? I would check to make sure that it has actually downloaded it. The other thing that you can try, a trick I know from PlayStation, which is, I think it's called restoring your licenses. That can sometimes help. Lord Vectron says DTG caused it. Well, you know, if a file update doesn't happen properly, and if it doesn't happen only for you and not other people, then it might not be DTG. It might be just the way it was. Next stop is Millbrae. We can go back into party mode at the whopping 79 miles an hour. Genuine high-speed transit, this. So I don't know how you go about restoring your license on PlayStation, but I have seen that similar wording used and seems to have helped people who have got missing stuff. Sleeper Cat says, further weirdness, looking at my files now, it's suddenly gone. May have to contact PSN support. Now it says it's not even purchased. David Smith, thank you, says on PS5 it is showing it managed game content as installed. Try restore license. You know what you might have there, Sleeper Cat? When it re-released as unbranded, as far as the game's concerned, it's a different add-on. Because I know on Steam it's got a different depot code to the original. So maybe have a look in the store and see if there's another Peninsula corridor that you own. You also want to make sure you're getting... Oops, I'm paying attention. Trying to talk. Missing crossings. Sorry. You might also want to have a look in the store and see if you can see it there as an owned thing. And see if you can see the old CalTrain, the old Peninsula corridor, and the new one. Behind the yellow line, says the big bright light in the horn. Sleeper Cat has tried a few things, pretty easy to restore licenses. And David said if that doesn't work, uninstall the add-on and reinstall it from managed game content. Thanks for helping, David. See how you go. But definitely go look in the store and just see if it's a different add-on now. It's not like PC where you can just copy it from TSW5. Because you can. Just saying. That works at the moment, but I wouldn't rely on it forever. Tree Sim World. The only tree in California, and we're in it. Excellent. We might have to run a branded F40 coming back, or spend a bit more time in guard mode. You guys can decide that when we get closer. Hello, Psych. How are you? We are currently running the mod for a rebranded CalTrain. Look. CalTrain. And I'm being nice to all of the residents of what is basically Millbrae, and not blowing my horn, and forgetting to stop, which is embarrassing. It'll be fine. There's nothing to see here. I actually think it will be fine. It's feeling all right. It'll be fine. There we go, hitting the platform at 30 mile an hour. That's just about right. In fact, I'm going to have to actually reduce the braking, or we're not going to get to the end. And dim the lights for the poor unfortunates so we don't burn their retinas out or destroy some endangered butterfly. Loading a little bit more. Hello, Baldy. Ah, bounced off. Sleeper Cat says I'd play on PC, can't afford a decent rig. That's not something to worry about too much. I know it. I just realised why my little red lights are on. It's because I'm an idiot and I turned on marker lights. That's better. It's good when it's my fault. So you purchased it right before the recent update. So you bought TSW 5. Have you put TSW 6 on, the free update? He didn't turn his headlights down. See you later, people of California. Syke says, I'm well, thanks. That's good. Very nice. Well, they read they're quite upset with the horns, but the cost to upgrade every crossing in millions. They don't need to upgrade their crossings. They just run quiet. In most of the world, trains don't honk for crossings. It's like our trains, you know, unless the driver's horn happy, generally go, and that's about it. In Germany, they don't honk at all. Sleeper Cat says, not TSW 6, adding front TSW 5. I can't type. I would grab the TSW 6 starter pack. And I think then I do know what's happened to you is the old one has gone and you'll have to get the new one. The new version of CalTrain that's not branded. Because on PCs, if you had it, it just stayed there. Gab says, or remove crossings in general. Yes, well, Melbourne, we had the level crossing removal program, which built alternating sky rail and below ground rail. If it was a rich area, they got sky rail. Sorry, if it was a rich area, they got below ground rail, so it's nice and quiet, and everybody else got sky rail. My area got sky rail, because we deserve it. Apparently. San Mateo, next stop Would you stop at San Mateo at this time of night? I'm not sure about that. Maybe. Let me guess, the alert has gone off. And it doesn't sound outside the train. Certainly looks like it. Thank you, alerter. Very helpful. You're actually going to fully stop, aren't you? And you're going to make me do a suppression. You going to release? No? I knew I shouldn't have turned the alerter on. I think it's going to make me wait. There we go. Tricked it. No. Is it going to release? Yes, it is. Very slowly. As it gradually pumps the train up from the full emergency dump that I just did. Sleepercat says, I think that is the case. You shouldn't need to get refunded from it, Sleepercat. You should be able to pick up the unbranded version. Why are we not releasing that last little bit? Come on, you. We're stopped in the middle of a crossing. Really annoying the Californians. Except they're going somewhere else, so that's fine. Can I make the brakes go on? No. I think I've broken it. Yeah, I can put the loco brake up. Alerter somewhere? Actually, I don't think I... Did I turn the alerter on in this one? I did. Oh, there they go. Finally. Come on, proper Hulk. Thank you. Just taking ages to pump the train up, I think. Gav says we're getting crossing removals, especially we used to leave. They decided to take up land, especially the fuel station. Little shopping centre was closed down. Syke says, whenever I hear trains 14L, my wife says, your ride's here. Oh, well, at least she knows what it is. David Smith, you should be able to find the unbranded version in the PlayStation Store, free to use, Sleepercat. Yes, indeed. You just won't have the branded one anymore. So I think that's where the issue is. In fact, let me see if I can actually find it and give you a link. I found someone talking about it on the forums, but there's no resolution there. Sleeper Cat, try and add that one. See if that one's available to you. Yeah, try that link that I just put in the chat, mate, and see if that works for you as we go through the quiet zone. Actually, I think they still run the bell when they go through quiet zones, don't they? The train won't work if its underlying pack file's not there anymore. So some part of the game thinks you own it and some doesn't, is where I think you're running into an issue there. Andy Ladd says, one thing I'd love to do in the States is a sleeper train from New York to LA. My mate did it a couple of years ago and loved it. I think it took about 72 hours. I have done... I'd better put some really heavy braking on here and actually stop this train. Be a good idea. I've done Portland, Oregon to Los Angeles via sleeper. And yeah, it was good. I think we're Nebworthing this, just saying. At least by a little bit. Well, let's put on some more air. Not that the independent brake should work that way, but that's fine. Perfectly okay. It's all good. Gaz Photography said the local government is putting 40 mil, Queensland government 179, Aussie government 179. That sounds like what we did here, and it was part of it was a COVID program called Victoria's Big Build. But they built useful things like getting rid of level crossings, so it really has, it's changed the traffic around here hugely. So much quicker to get to and from work now. Jockey says, what's the point in a quiet zone, but you still do the bell? Well, the bell's quiet compared to an American train horn. An American train horn, if you're living next to it, will rattle the teeth out of your head. Comparatively, the bell's quite quiet. Lord Vectron said, removing the level crossing upset the Gunzels. Well, yes, that it did. Off to Redwood City as the next stop. Uh-oh. I think this is necessary to a screenshot showing it broken. Why not? Seems fine to me. "7 miles to Redwood City. Jockey is tempted to get a membership. You don't need to, Jockey. I was trying to find a way to give you one, but the only way I can do it is give you no cash. Which I can do if you want. Lord Vectron says, so hard to get a good shot these days. Oh, no, you can get the trains going over Skyrail. It's great. Or, if you're down my way, you go to a little shopping centre which has got a chicken shop called Over the Coals. Nothing to do with them. They're just good. And if you go across the road from that, you can actually go up a little embankment and then across a creek, and then you're right next to the rail line, which is really good. Great place for photos. I have been known to go and buy myself chicken and then sit there taking photos. Because, you know, that's where shots come from. Greasy chicken hands on your phone. Perfect. There's people that don't stand behind the yellow line, I don't know. Prime Mover Simulations, who made the branding mod, is working on a new sound mod for this loco as well, but it wasn't quite ready yet, so I'm not running it tonight. David Smith says Pen Corridor needs buying separately. The MP15 DC is additional for Pen Corridor. Yeah, it is. And you want to chat, says Chucky. Oh, you mean in the chat? Look out, the FRA will get me. I've gone over 79 miles an hour. No! Sleeper Cat says, I live right next to Jack London Square. I know exactly where that is and can get some amazing footage of quite a lot there. Too bad I can't catch the rail grinder sometime, though. Yeah, Jack London, you hear the trains start blowing the horn about West Oakland and they stop somewhere around Fruitvale. Wow. I used to live in Oakland, Sleeper Cat. My first few months was in the Marriott Hotel just up from Jack London. And then I lived in Trestle Glen for a while and eventually moved to Berserkley, where the hills are steep and the women are smelly. Did I say that? I didn't say that. But Jack London's a cool place. Is that barbecue place still at Jack London, Sleeper Cat? There was an excellent barbecue restaurant there. I don't no idea if it's still there. It's been rather a long time since I've been there. 2001, 2, something like that. Something like that. 2001, I think. Benjamin, hello! I'm curious to know if the bi-level cab car has the same texture issues as seen on Xbox on the outside of either side of the driver's cab. This is the fancy ones, of course. No texture issues here. Sleepercat says, I hear them quite a lot. Very cool to hear you've lived here. Oakland is a magnificent city. It's actually a good one. It's certainly not like San Francisco where people poo on the footpath. I never saw that happen in Oakland. Oh, I have no idea what it was called. Let me have a look on Google Maps and see if I can figure it out, see if it's still there. Jack London Square. West Street. Yep, Oakland, that's the one. And there's Scott. Trying to think what street it was on. I think it was it on Broadway? I'm not sure. Might have been on Broadway, I think. Let me drop Street Pegview Man down there and have a look. Geez, they've cleaned it up. It didn't look like this when I lived there. The Jack London sign was there. Objective failure. Oh no, I ignored a stop. Whoop, there's the place. There's the place. There's the place. It's red. Everett Jones Barbecue. It's still there. Yay! That's what it is. Everett Jones Barbecue. Glad to know they've survived the gentrification of Oakland. This place. Cucumbers. Welcome. And a bad dad joke. Police have caught the Mexican train murderer. They say he had locomotives. Terrible. Psych, finished all the Riviera line. What did you do? Start playing when it came out and just keep playing? Psych says, smelly cat's not your fault. And we'll just ignore that we missed our objective completely because we were looking up a barbecue place. Yeah, they have cleaned up Oakland by the looks of it. It was pretty cool when I was there. I worked with a lady whose name was KD, and her brother's name was KD. He was one of the sergeants at Oakland Police. And she had 17 brothers and sisters, and they were all named KD. They all had different names, just their initials were KD. Like, okay. I go, no, KD. Riviera is quite addictive, says David. I do like it. It's actually a bit of a challenge to drive because you kind of have to pay attention or you'll end up doing 20 mile an hour over the limit. And yes, you did. Did you sleep, Psych? Vital Aspect Gaming says Oakland is not cleaned up. I'm here right now. It certainly looks a lot better than it did when I lived there. Just looking at Googly Maps down around Jack London Square. So I used to work in the Lake Merritt building where Kaiser Health is. I worked up on the, I think, 9th floor of that, next to Lake Merritt. And I used to walk or ride my bike home because I lived in Trestle Glen. Not that I could have afforded to live there. That's what the company paid for. Yellow and Palo Alto, next stop in 1 mile. And thank you for renewing your membership, Joshua. It's very cool, Mr. Cucumbers. Vital Aspect says we don't copy Kaiser building anymore, but I am by Lake Merrick Station. Yeah. It's always interesting to me how the complexion of Oakland changed at 5 o'clock. It was just quite a different city. All the people would go down into the subway, into BART, and then it was quite different. Oh, come on, you. I want to get a shot of the bridge. Well, we got there eventually. Sleeper Cat still best in places where I live. It's quite built up. I can go out and wave right at the Marriott from where I am. Well, I spent a long time in that Marriott. I developed a fond hatred for the place. Sleeper Cat says seeing Bart in TSW6 game would be cool to see sometime. I can't see them doing Bart, not because it would be difficult, but because it's computer controlled. The drivers don't actually drive. So it would be just a tad boring, because it'd be like stare out the window mode. Yeah, I heard they've been upgrading Bart. I was slightly surprised at that, because out of all of the transit agencies I dealt with when I was there, Bart was the most change resistant of all of them. I brought in what was called the TransLink card. It's not called that anymore. It's got a new name now. Palo Alto. I work with a guy now called Paolo. I'd always call him Palo Alto, and he just gets mad at me. Vital Aspect says, I would love to drive a BART train in TSW, but all automatic train operation. It is. And the sad thing is, it's centrally controlled by this computer that's actually driven by air. From 1964. Nearly everything in BART stations is driven by air. Isn't that weird? No, they didn't steal your name, Gav. It was the same company. That's who I used to work for. ERG Transit Systems. Did anybody just see the motorhome doing a nice drift then? Let's watch the drift action for the motorhome. Since there's one coming. Or at least there was. Where did it go? Oh, it's disappeared. Hey, drifty car. Should probably pay attention to the train. Yeah, Clipper card, that's right. Clipper is made by Cubic Transit Systems, who were our main competitor, and they eventually ended up owning our company. I've probably got an original TransLink card here somewhere. Must find it for a stream one day and show it off. Vital Aspect says, I think Bart has upgraded the ATOs lately, now going over to CBTC, maybe in 10 years. I think it's still running the original system, but they've got the new one running in parallel with it, from what I've heard. So I don't think they quite trust it yet. It's still making decisions, but the old one is still actually running the trains alongside the new one. Gab says, Motorhome Drift Sim World. Sleepercat says, I've always wanted to learn about how Bart works under the hood. I've never found much material to that end. There is, if you go down to the Metropolitan Transit Commission, they have a, well, I shouldn't say they do have, because they did have a public library, and it had all of the designs and the articles and all the stuff about how Bart works. I've got Muni as well, and AC Transit and VTA down in San Jose. They've got all the details of how everything hangs together. And we're going to go a full Nebworth unless I go into emergency. And we just did. We Nebworthed it. Ah, well. We Nebworthed it. Never mind. You know what that means? That. See, you get interested in the chat, you just start talking. All right, the brakes have come off again. I should be able to power up again by now. Sleeper Vital Aspect Gaming works with the communications back end of Bart in maintenance. Cool. Tea and biscuits with the manager, says Elliot Jury. Yes, definitely. Yes, it is my. Actually, it was the second Nebworth actually. Second Nebworth for this run. Just this run. Oh, what a terrible day. Terrible day. Sunnyvale, next stop. You don't want to get off there. Trust me. I think there's actually. I think there's a Bart YouTube channel actually that has Bart history stuff. I kind of think. Not the Bart motorcycle, no. Bay Area Rapid Transit. That's not their video. Coaster Fans got some stuff, but I'm pretty sure Bart's got its own channel. Does. Bartable. There it is. There you go. Bartable. That's Bart's channel. And they've got quite a lot of history stuff on there for the past and how it's built and how it worked under the 50 Years of Bart playlist. In fact, I can get you that playlist as well. There you go, some interesting stuff in there. There is technical stuff on how it works in the old Bart history videos. They actually talk about how quite a bit of it works. They don't go into huge detail. And they're not going to go into huge detail because, you know, terrorism and all that. You don't want to give away too much of the good stuff. Token honk. Yeah, I like the old construction videos. I particularly like how they built the tunnel. That was actually quite clever. And I don't know if you know, but since that earthquake, that tunnel floats in 2 sections. It's not embedded in the seafloor anymore unless they fixed it. Facundo, you are now sounding the horn. It's a crazy amount of horn signs on this route. Some parts are non-stop. There's real-life videos you can see in action. There are. There's also quiet zones. But, you know, we're getting down into the poorer areas down near San Jose now, so they can't afford to have quiet zones. I'm going to get to Sunnyvale a bit early, I think, which doesn't surprise me since I didn't stop twice. Vital Aspect Gaming, they've been seismic retrofit the Transbay Tunnel over the last 7 years. That's good. Still finally finishing it. I think everybody Bart was quietly impressed that in that earthquake the tunnel wasn't destroyed and it actually did what it was supposed to do. I don't think it even let any water in from memory. I think it just stayed dry in there too. It just started to float in a few places. That makes a really big application for an initial reduction. 25 pounds or 30 pounds is a lot. Normally about 7. How long am I streaming for? It's 9:30. I'll probably go to about, I don't know, 10-ish. Something like that. I've got an office day tomorrow, followed by a real railway day the day after. Forgot to blow the horn. Should pay attention more. All the other tunnels in Bart have more water than the Transbay Tube, surprisingly. No, I'm not surprised at that. There's a lot of groundwater. Slow down a little bit early this time. Don't want to Nebworth it again. Benjamin says, does BART stand for barely always repairing tunnels? No, it's the Bay Area Rapid Transit. And it's a lot more than the Bay Area because it almost goes to Sacramento. It's pretty close. And it almost gets to San Jose. Have they finished that extension down to San Jose yet? It was being built when I lived there. So I would hope after 25 years they've actually finished it and opened it. You might have heard my podcast, Right Way, Wrong Way, Railway. With Bart, it was Right Way, Wrong Way, Railway, Bart Way. Because Bart were different again. They did actually borrow some theories of broad gauge from the original UK railways in the thinking that it was more stable in an earthquake. And I think they derailed some trains in the earthquake, but they didn't lose any, so they're probably quite potentially right. Get behind the yellow line, you cretins. Slippercat says partly in San Jose now, still extending further. That's good. Hopefully they ended up going down the other side of the bay, because this side of the bay's got CalTrain. They don't need another service. Vital Aspects is boring tunnels in San Jose since 2023. I bet you they're wet, because San Jose is built on a swamp. $20 will do fine. Facundo says, don't forget to use the bells around stations. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. They are in a spat over tunnel design for the last parts. That sounds like Bart. Sleeper Cat, I always heard it was partly due to an old plan to run Bart on the Bay Bridge. I don't know that Bart itself was planned to run on the Bay Bridge, but the Bay Bridge did have trains. It had the San Francisco Key system, and it had the red trains from Pacific Transit, I think it was, and the green ones from Sacramento Transit. There's actually a route in Train Sim Classic which has those trains. The key system was really good. It was kind of sad that San Fran lost that. It was quite advanced for its time. It did really clever things. I think it was the first implementation of signalling that controlled the speed based on the trains in front of you so that you didn't catch up with each other. So it was kind of sad the key system went away. Similarly, down in LA, they had a relatively extensive interurban network that went away as well. Cucumbers said, if you could have any Australian route to TSW, what would it be and why? Well, naturally it would be my local route, plus the Stony Point line that comes off the end of it, going all the way out to the other side, which is Werribee, because it's my line, and I'd want to drive on it, and it's down by the beach, and it would be fun. And now that they know how to make waves in the water, it would be good. We have a Go Via. It's rather a long way. Pinecone Spur. I never knew it was called that. There you go. Where's our Go Via? That must be almost at the end of the route at that distance. Yeah, it is. We're going past the maintenance facility. It's just forcing us on a particular track down there. Don't worry, San Joseans. We'll have you home soon. Vital Aspects says VTA has a big hand in everything but south of Fremont. They run everything outside the station. Yeah, VTA, the way the transit systems work in the Bay Area is all a little bit weird. They're like competing fiefdoms that all report to MTC, but they all hate MTC as well. It's interesting how it works. Psych asks, how often do people get hurt from standing too close to the platform edge? Quite often. They get whacked by things. Particularly when freight trains come through and there's something sticking out of it. It's not uncommon at all, unfortunately. Vital Aspects says Western Railway Museum is an awesome electric train museum. I've been there. I went there on my last US trip in 2018, maybe? Maybe 2018, I think. Maybe 2019. Might have been, no, it wasn't 2020 because that's when COVID hit. 2019, I think, was my last trip. The Sacramento Museum's pretty good too. It's probably fair to say that one's a bit more museum-y, and the other one's a little bit more free and open. Sleeper Cat's going to go there sometime. Chucky says, otherwise the dumb pathing would take you through the middle of the depot. Yeah, probably. Gab says they get whacked by trains or fall between the train and the platform. They can get sucked into the train too sometimes. If something like a Voyager or a Pendolino in UK terms goes flying through a platform, it's actually quite a lot of wind that gets drawn towards the train as it's moving. European trains have similar problems. Australians tend not to. Americans tend not to, because our trains aren't that quick. Sad to say. That Go Via's come quickly. Halfway there already. It was kind of funny when I worked here, when I had to go down to San Jose to visit BTA or someone like that, I'd always time the meeting so I could catch one of the CalTrain trains down. And the other people would all pile into their cars and head off down 101, and the number of times I beat them there, even on an stopping all stations service, was considerable. And when I did drive, I used to go down the back way, down the other side of the bay. It's quicker. Gav says, I've felt when the tilt train goes past a platform and is very heavy. Yeah, it is. That's why they have those announcements to hold on to your prams and wheelchairs. Chocky Transport said, I just heard the UK is getting double-decker trains. Eurostar have them on order, probably to keep their passengers after Virgin and Gemini are also running trains through the tunnel soon. Probably just to load up more people in and make it cheaper. Cheaper for them, I mean, not you. So Eurostar aren't going to have an exclusive license through the tunnel anymore. I don't mind the night lighting on this route. While it's not realistic, because it's not properly dark, I actually kind of like being able to see. The modern routes where it's jet black between lit areas, it's like, yeah, that's okay, that's realistic, but you can't see a damn thing. Not good. Because in real life, once you get your night sight, you can see like this. So I think they went a bit overboard making nighttime black in TOD 4. Chocky said, yes, they have competition now, Virgin, Gemini, and a stop at Stratford, Ebbsfleet and Ashford. I think on my next trip I might have to ride a Eurostar just over to France and just go have a coffee in France and come back. Because I better check what visas Aussies need, though. No need to bell through that platform, because that's a staff-only platform. Lord Vectron loathes the nighttime in Train Sim World. They need to make it artistic and dark blue like literally every other game. Like this. This is dark purple. Can handle dark purple. San Francisco mode. Where is this red signal? It's that thing making the whoop whoop whoop. Why is it running in like notch 8 or something? There's no way that's its idle noise. I can't see anything running at turbo when it's on idle. Here's our red signals that we have to wait for. It'll clear now, probably. We shall see, though. Meanwhile, we'll just keep rolling along. Sleeper Cat says, I think it's the same for the UK routes in TSW6, or the lights on those trains suck. I can't see anything from inside the cab for the first part of the route. The lighting on trains in TSW has always been just a little bit shit. And the old UK trains like BR Blue trains and things like that, lighting actually was shit. They were very, very, very dim, and the objective of those lights was that you could see the train, not that the train could see you, because they didn't care. The train had right away. But these days, train lights are bright. Even the UK ones are bright. And I love it when someone complains about them in a Train Sim World stream, and one of the old timers go, oh, that's because train lights are really like that in real life. And I'm going, no, they're not. You're just an idiot. You've been conned over the years to believe that. Even in our steam engines, we use, I think they're two 480-watt sealed bulbs for our headlights. That's coming right for us! I hope the points are set for that to go around us. It's going to get... Oh, yeah, they are. All good. Lord Vectron says, I hate the attitude of it's like real life in TSW. It's a damn game. Well, in real life, at night time, you see like this. It takes a little while for your eyes to adapt, but you can actually see in the dark. Humans see in the dark very well. Vectron says, I'm still angry over the buffer smashing on West Coast mainline chat with freight trains because it was like that in real life. Oh, this... That actually is normal when you're first setting off or slowing down or speeding up. That's quite normal, but it wouldn't happen during the run. It'll all stretch out eventually or compact, depending on whether it's going up or downhill. Oh, we should get the nod in a moment. There we go. I particularly enjoy being told something was like that in real life in the 1950s by someone who couldn't be older than about, I don't know, 20. Lord Vectron, I did it last night, constant smashing on the descent. No, it shouldn't be. They should all just buff up, and there'd be a little bit of bounce at first, but then they'd just stay that way. They'd just stay buffed up. Oh, you want cats, do you? Boink, boink, boink. Oh, you missed the other one. It was in the back. Cats are God, apparently. Don't get me started on Zoomers. Benjamin says, I remember DTG making a big thing about TSW 3 or 4 using the correct IRL luminance of the actual train headlights. That was all just bollocks. Yes, Benjamin. Absolutely, it was just bollocks. It's complete bullshit. And everybody got conned, and believe it. Sleeper Cat, I've just been spamming the Morristown line, been quite enjoying the DP up and down between the Pen and Dover. That's good. I haven't touched Morristown very much, to be honest. I just haven't had time. There's so much on, and trying to get the trains content out before the 24th like I promised to. And I'm not actually going to make it with the last little bit. Unless I do a stream on trains tomorrow night, but I can't really do that because I've got the real railway the next day. Just slide on into the platform. I'll have to try and find a non-cab car service going the other way, I think, and run that. Actually, no, it's 10 o'clock. I might not run a full... Actually, you might do one of those UP ones. I've done one of them for ages. David says, I particularly enjoy when people argue something and a real driver pops in to say, actually. Yeah, there's a bit of that. I quite enjoy that myself. I remember when Spirit of Steam first came out, there was some guy trying to tell me how to fire steam engines, and I was like, dude, it's not like that. Not at all. Jen. It's the only one we want. Oops. Wants me to lock the doors, doesn't it? I think you can lock the doors on this one that way. Nearly got the door shut. Sliver. Let's go and try out. Let's find one of those Union Pacific runs and do a quick one of those. Lord Vectron says, watched a video on SimCity recently and talking about how great SimCity was. Kid wasn't born when SimCity died in 2013. SimCity's back, isn't it? Might not be the same franchise, but I think it's back. Baby Bullet, GP38. Let's see what you got, little GP38. Got something quick? Yeah, we got something quick. Perform cutting and switching of the hoppers for unloading by the local switcher. That sounds boring. Southbound empties part 1. All right, we'll do that. Operate the portion empty hoppers heading back to the supplier. Or part 2. Is that it? All right, we'll do this one then. We'll do the shunting one. Leave dynamic weather on because we're brave. Benjamin says the announcements and Birmingham crew are proper broken. Are they patching them? They've been all right for me. What's wrong? And what platform? It's like these 3 switches being off. The only one that gets turned off is that one. The others stay on all the time because if that's off, no fuel going to the system, so no NG runny. And if that one's off, no NG runny. Ah, there's a helper. Freight. Come on. Right, now what are we doing? We're going via South San Francisco, but what are we? Well, we're just a set. And do we need to do anything about points? No, it looks like it's already set for us. By the looks of it. Good. I'm going to turn the bell off just because they're annoying. Samantha's Train says, who needs fuel? Yep, pretty much. New earbuds have arrived. That's good. I might have to duplicate myself. Apparently. Sykes says there's a difference being conned over by an idiot. Yes. David Smith says they usually learn something in TS Classic, decided it was right, and think everything else is wrong. Yeah, there's a bit of that. There is a bit of that. It's like the ones who want rail clack-clack sounds on routes with continuous welded rail, and they go, oh no, it has to be there because TS Classic's got it on this route. Well, that's because TS Classic does it every time you're on a track. Doesn't make it right. And I think one of the reasons Just Trains is so popular is because they pander to the idiots. Town Roma, never try to argue how to drive trains with someone who drives trains. Indeed. My job on Friday is pressing a button. Like this one. It's a bit bigger than that, though, and it's brass. But we'll see if Drive lets me have a crack. He's a good guy, the one I'm out with, so... He usually does, but you never know on the day, because sometimes I just don't feel like it. Or someone makes them grumpy on the way in, or something like that. Are you telling me the independent brake, fully on, can't stop the locomotive? Really? Did I not cut that in? Oh, I put it in trail. No wonder it didn't work. Alright, I'll take that back. Points set? No, they're not. We're going to have to try that now. And then, off you go. Let's see if I can stop it now. Yep, perfect. That made the generator hot. Trying to catch up. Benjamin says Xbox Series X, a number of station names just don't get announced. Announcements start and they're cut off by the next one abruptly. Oh, I've had them get cut off when they're too close together. I've definitely had that. I have had on the PC version when I streamed it, it says the next station is, and then there's nothing. This train is going to, and then there's nothing. So yeah, there are issues with it. So that's on the PC as well. Town Roma says Birmingham Crew runs worse on console than PC. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a memory-heavy route, this one. So yeah, it definitely will. Make sure you turn your layers off on console. You'll probably need to. Slippercat says, interesting tidbit. At least on my PS5, enabling all timetable is variable, but the issue comes when the trains start to pile up and you just get a massive backups. The train's trying to go into Penn Station. It works on Morristown. I don't know anywhere else. Yeah, you've got to be a bit careful putting all layers on because running out of memory... Let me get rid of this bell since we're talking. Running out of memory will creep up on you by surprise. And it'll manifest as a crash, or it will slow down while it's trying to clean the memory up. Town Roma says, could be an Xbox thing. They seem to always get the short end of the stick. No, I wouldn't think that. Xbox actually has got a beta testing crew. They get it quite late in the piece, though, because they don't package consoles until right near the end of the build. This one is a GP38-2. Hello. Don't ask why I'm a black chick, I've forgotten. I just am. Sounded like a good idea at the time, I guess. Chucky says, I'm going to head off for lunch. By the time we finish, I'll probably be finished streaming, so thanks for the stream. And we will see what happens Friday, and there's no need for you to buy a membership. We will get you in one way or another, mate. I'll have to make contact with you tomorrow to sort it out, because I won't be around all day on Friday, since I'll be on a real railway. Psych says, I look for one of those hats, and they're expensive, hard to find, unless you want a denim American one. Oh, the Loco hats. Go to Footplate Supplies. Dave Smith said, I'm running Brum Crew on PS5 with all layers. The odd stutter, but mostly no problems. But you're on a Pro, aren't you? PS5 Pro. Chucky says, okay. Andy, hello. I saw you went live just as I did, Andy. My name is Lawanda. I have to use that now. This is Lawanda. Nearly there. And bonk. Any moment. Bonk. We should have coupled to them, I think. Did we not? Not quite. Okay. Give it a whopping great big run. That'll do. Right, now they're coupled. Did that not couple? Really? No, it didn't. Alright, it's obviously a sticky coupler. Let's belt the crap out of them. It's just bouncing off, isn't it? Can't push much harder than that. Let's try stretch them out again. Okay. Where is the coupler bar on these ones? Oh, up there. Now, unlock that one. Unlock that one. And bonk them together again. Don't know why I keep saying dynamic break off, but anyway. Yay! That was harder than it needed to be. Do a brake test. And they hold. Coffee'd be great, Andy. You gonna deliver? You're on a base PS5, David, and so is Sleeper Cat. And he says, just grind it a bit in Zeusy 3, rail economy. I have Zeusy 3 and I haven't even run it. Not once. It's too scary. I got it from Keymailer. Town Roma says you can really tell the Class 70s come from America. Look pretty much the same as this one. Yeah, very similar beasts. The 66s and 59s, I think, are also American. Am I supposed to go back the other way? My path is the other way. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Full service. Full service. Because I'm going the wrong way. I'm supposed to go that way. I'm pretty sure. Because there's no blue in front of me. And there's blue behind me. I'm supposed to go this way. I almost screwed that up. Well, I did screw it up, but I caught it. It's okay. Let me go down to there. All right. David Smith, one thing I will say though, I never reset my PS5, always turn it off. That's why I have fewer problems. Yeah, I never rest my consoles, I just turn them off. I think that's important. Town Roma says the 66s are EMD as well, at least they look a lot more European. This is true. They put a lot of engine in a little box on those things. I actually saw a documentary about the 66s today. on YouTube. Down there. There we go. We can be a hobo hiding in the box. You can tell the people who've been around computers and equipment for a while, the ones who turn them off when they're finished with them, rather than just let them go into sleep mode or whatever. Samanthan's Trains 58's tried the same idea, but homegrown, very modular. And now you're getting all German stuff. Syke says that needs to be a slogan. Lots of engine, little box. Well, that's pretty much what it is. It's a very small loading gauge to get that much engine into. It's quite impressive engineering. You have to take half the engine apart to maintain the diesel, but that's okay. It all comes off. All the way down there. Why do I have to move that so far to get any notches? And why am I not getting any notches? I am getting notches, it's just not saying it on the thing. Okay. Town Roma says a 12-cylinder engine in a garden shed. Syke says put it on a t-shirt. Do you know you could do that? I should make one for Harry. I think this is about where we want to stop, just personally. Now where are we going? Oh, we have to go further back. Okay. Further back and then go ahead. I wonder if it's changed those points under my train. I hope not. To go back until we clear those points up there. No, we don't have headlights on. Naughty. Hello, MA and NC Railfan. How are you? Town Roma says a 12-cylinder engine in a garden shed. Samantha's Trains hospital staff are the darn worst for never shutting down computers. Yes. That's because they kind of need them all the time, I suppose. But anybody that's been around computers for any part of their life generally gets the idea that if you don't turn them off, they shit themselves. And consoles are basically just computers, so... each to their own. You're good, that's good. Harry would love me doing that shirt. She would, and she'd see the other funny side of it too. I am okay, MANNC Railfan. We're just operating down here in San Francisco today, or South San Francisco, actually. Just clear these points. I'm not sure if they are magic points or if they've got a lever. They have a lever. That might be too close. No, that's fine. Those ones are fine. Those ones are fine. And the rest of them should be magically controlled, I think. We have got a red signal up here, though. I've got to be careful of that. Where's my contact signaler in this thing? There it is. Proceed as signals indicate. So we've got a little yellow down here on the dwarf. But what we don't have is a signal to go through here yet. Oh no, it's flashing red. It's okay, we can go through it. Let's just check the rest of our path though. Are we off path? Our path is shrinking. Those points are right anyway, so it's set all the points for us. Even though the path is shrinking. This one's empty as well. They are. So we're probably going to take them up there somewhere. Wonder how those points are set. Oh, they've resolved straight. Good. Town Romus, this Samantha's trains, they're probably still running on Windows CE. Yep. Hospital staff be like, get some rest. Flying Southern, the new earbuds have arrived and they sound very good using as we speak. Excellent. With your other account. What's that thing on the bottom left corner? In here? That's a girl. Oh, the thing on, oh, yeah, on the screen. This is a TSCX controller. A little bit like a rail driver. That's what I'm using to drive the train. I've got a new Shinkansen Anomaly game, and it's got toilets. It's awesome. I was ridiculously excited that I could open the door and actually have a toilet in there. There actually is a train with a toilet. Well, actually, there's three. The 86 and the 87 both have urinals. And one of the German trains made by TSG has got a full toilet in the carriage. You just can't open the door. But if you get into ghost mode with the mod, you can see it. The train brakes in this are fairly realistic. I'm not going to count them. I'm just going to assume that's 15. And I assume we're going to get these ones and put them together now, probably. Would be my bet. Make sure they're all straight. Yep. Chucky says, we are still streaming. Yes, I am. I haven't quite finished yet. Very close to it. Very close to it indeed. I don't think there's too much to do in here. Yeah, when we get to the couple, that's the end of it. How do you get one of these things? You, buy it. Let me find you a thing. That's the product site. It's in China. Don't let that scare you too much, though. They're only Chinese. They don't bite. Now we're going to go back there. And those points... Probably need to set these ones, I think. And that looks fine to me. Hopefully it comes this way. Yep. Town Romance, isn't that made by the same people as Exit 8? Love that game. Shinkansen Zero, I don't think is made by Exit 8. But they do make another one. Let me just have a quick look. Which is problematic because I'm driving a train down here way too fast. Right. Let's just go to library, home. Shinkansen Zero is... Better get back to the game or it's going to crash. Whee! Max brakes. Stopped short. It's okay. Because I couldn't see the game there for a while. We'll call that a safety stop. Oh, look at that lovely branded F40 in the big bi-levels. Yes, most controllers cost a kidney. If you're into American trains, once I get this stopped, I'll show you something that's better. But they are pricey. But if you like an American train, this is what you want. Where are we going now? We're going over there. I don't know where it wants to go, apart from the fact it wants to go there. Okay. I don't know that we can. I don't know if we can get this train that far ahead without changing that signal. Because it's got a catch point on it. Go via. I reckon the only way to do that is push them out the back. I don't think you can get them out the front, so we'd have to go this way. And the points are set. These points are not. They change? No. Stupid backwards points. And I think I'd need to set that one straight so that we can push it down this track. Because I don't think you could take that set forwards. Actually, can we get back far enough to get onto this line? So we actually have to go out this way, don't we? I'm not giving up trying to figure out what this one actually wants because I don't think it's particularly clear, to be honest. Because it wants to go there, but there's not enough room to get between this signal and those points, I don't think. Well, we can try it, see what happens. But I just have my doubts. Flying Southern, that really wants the TSCX controller. The issue is money at the moment. There's also... It's not letting me move, but that's okay. The other ones are TS controllers. So if you're into English trains, this stuff's good, but it's also very pricey. So there's another kind of thing you can get. Now, why won't you move, eh? Why are the brakes on? Oh, because I put them on, like an idiot. I think it has not released the brakes on the train. I really think that. Like maybe they've got handbrakes on or something. but it's going to look pretty good. Smoking. Why release the handbrakes when you can just skull drag them? Yeah, the brakes are definitely on. Before we figure out if we've got room to go backwards, two scariest companies in the world, Oracle and Salesforce. I was never here. Right. Did we get past the points? No, we didn't. I think I don't know what it wants, and I think I might just leave it there. I kind of remember this service you were supposed to go back and pick up these. But it doesn't seem to be working that way today. So, whatever. But we've seen our lovely branded content, and I think I might just leave it there because it is 10:30 at night. Yeah, it's expensive, isn't it, see? £229. It is expensive, but they're all expensive. The Simhogger one, I love the look of those. They are just awesome. And if you were an American train fanatic playing Run 8 or something like that, I reckon you would love one of those. I think you'd probably really enjoy having it. There's no more branded stuff around, so we'll have to finish the stream looking at Oracle and Salesforce going. But anyway, that's all fun. We shall see you on the next one. The next one will be Friday night after the Puffing Billy Day, and it will be with Chocky's scenario all going well. And I actually remember. That would be important. It's all right, Town Roamer. It's fine. You don't need to read the messages. I may... we shall watch this go past, and then we'll end the stream. We can watch the branding. And as the branding goes, I will switch to the outro. So enjoy yourself, folks. It has been a fun stream. Good to meet some local people from this area as well, and that's always cool. So enjoy yourselves, and we shall see you later. Friday, I'm not sure what I'll do on Sunday yet, but something. All right, bye now. See ya.